Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Wagner. I'm here for Tribeca Color Salon and Crazy Color, and I just want to introduce you to the two people we'll be working with today.
Hey guys, my name is Mikey Ferrer Jr. You can find me on Instagram, and I am Crazy Color's ambassador.
Hi, my name is Justine Deal. You can find me on Instagram at Justine Deal.
One thing that I really want to make sure as we introduce Crazy Color to North America is they understand that, of course, it is for extreme color, but also you can use it to enhance a woman's hair color without being in your face or over the top. Do you guys agree?
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think today with our model, I think we should really focus on introducing some very vivid colors, but keep it believable for her because she does have to work her day job.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. So what do you think about people who are afraid to do these type of like vivid colors in the workplace?
Well, I know that the workplace definitely is changing. So there's a lot of different workplaces that are okay with it, especially pastels. I think pastels is where we can really take a blonde, move them into either like a soft violet or rose gold, and they can't get in trouble for that.
Right.
Let's introduce North America to what Crazy Color is about. So how old is it?
So Crazy Color has been around since 1977. It has 41 shades, and 4 of them are UV activated, so 4 of them will glow under a black light.
So Justine, one of the things I think is amazing about Crazy Color is they use pastel sprays.
Totally.
So, how do you like to use them?
So I love it. So you can either use it if you want to do just one color. I've done that. We can spray out the bowl and blow dry it in, and then you'll have either like a bubblegum blue, or we have like a pastel. Exactly. So we have like the graphite. This is the, which one's this? The peachy coral. So you can do one solid color. I also did a tutorial where you can actually do a color melt. So we can take a section, mix a few different colors together, and you'll have an awesome blend. So it's very versatile. And it washes out in just one shampoo.
And it's so easy to apply.
Yeah, totally.
You can do a color melt in like 5 minutes.
Right, yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So
Yeah.
it's great.
It's cool.
Cool. All right. Justine, you want to talk about Erin since she's your regular client?
Totally. So this is Erin. She is amazing. So we've done so many things on her. So she was really open to trying some more vivid colors. We've done a few pieces here and there, but this time she's letting us play a lot more. So the one thing she really wanted us to do, and if you look down you can see, we did a permanent base color on there so that whenever the Crazy Color does fade off, she has something that she can walk around with. So
Right.
instead of doing a full bleach application, that when the Crazy Color would fade off, she'd be left with just, kind of a mess. This is a good way for her to let it fade naturally, and she has a really cool color to start with.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love your idea of having a base that looks good already. So
Yeah.
when the Crazy Color fades off, about 4 to 6 weeks, she's left over with a beautiful color to begin with.
Exactly.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah.
So, Justine, tell me about the coloration that you want to do from new growth all the way down to the ends.
Okay, so I think this is super awesome. You're gonna have this in the salon all the time where they have maybe a permanent color here and some blonde, and you can really enhance that with the Crazy Color. So she already has a red violet permanent color on there. So we're gonna start by using more of a red violet from the Crazy Color, and we're gonna tell you those formulas later. But we're gonna blend that out, and we're basically doing a melt all over. We're gonna blend that out, so it's gonna give a nice shine to that permanent color. And then once it transitions into the blonde area, it's really going to start to get vibrant. So we're going to start with the red violet, and it's going to blend out into pink, red, orange, and yellow, more of those fire colors. And then around the hairline, kind of like the money piece, we're going to keep more of a, we're going to use Caution, which is a UV color, and so that's going to really highlight and frame her face. And also all of the ends are going to have that formula as well. So under a UV light, it's going to outline the perimeter of her haircut.
I really love that idea because we are, of course, creating a vivid color here, but it's going to be a very livable color that she can wear to work. But if she does go to the club, underneath the club, literally the outside of her haircut is going to be outlined.
Right.
So that's going to be beautiful. And we have a black light that we're going to show in the final image also.
Yeah. So it's awesome. So yeah, during the day she looks like she has an awesome melt. It's still going to be very vibrant, but yeah, under the black light it's just really going to pop and show the haircut.
Cool. So Mikey, how do you think that we should approach the placement of this color melt?
I usually prefer to do it without a foil, just taking small sections and then laying each hair on top of each other with the same color, so that way we don't get any bleeding anywhere.
Excellent, very good.
So we have her sectioned out. We just isolated this front piece here because we want this to be the point. We're using the Caution, the UV yellow. So we want to make sure that we have that point. So when the UV light is turned on, you can really see the outline of it. And then also it's going to follow here. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to paint on the root over top of her permanent red-violet shade, and that's going to be the Cyclamen. And then both me and Mikey are going to go through and do a melting technique. And it's cool because we both do it in different ways, so you'll learn different tips from both of us.
So another thing to remember too, when you're working with vivid colors like this, you always want to make sure you have a towel handy, just so that way you can wipe off any excess on your gloves, so that way when you're touching another section, you don't get any color on the ends. So when you're doing a color melt, especially with vivid colors like this, you want to make sure that you don't get any bleeding anywhere. So you really want to focus on taking really small subsections, so that way you can control where all the color is going, and that way you don't get any bleed marks on any of the lighter pieces.
Alright, so I'm going to start her application, and everyone does it different. I like to start at the very bottom, and Mikey's going to hold these up for me. He's going to be doing the other side. So he's holding up the section for me. If he was not here and I was in the salon, I would actually have like a foil or a piece of mesh on the base of the head. That way when I lay over the blonde, I'm not contaminating it with the base color. So it's just important to stay clean. Also, she has, a lob haircut, so on the very bottom section, there's not as much length going on. Once I work up the head, I'm going to have more length of hair to work with for the melt. So we have, I believe, 5 colors to work with. So on the bottom, I'm probably going to only use 3 or 4, and as I work up the head, I'm going to use the full range of those 5 colors. And I'll start with that Pinkissimo formula, and just dab that on. And I'll blend those 2 colors together, drop that down. Then I'm going to move in, just on this section, I'm going to do the orange. Just make sure you get good saturation there. Blend those colors together too. And on the very end, I'm using the UV yellow. And this is going to be the focal point around her face, so this is going to frame right around the hairline for her. So I'm just applying the root. We left that to do until now. The nice thing about doing color melts, if you haven't done them before, is sometimes I get lost in like the placement, or I'm worried about how things will fall. So if you're worried at all, go ahead and just do the root the same all throughout. That way when they pull it back, there's no weird stripes. So that's a good way to start if you're a beginner. And then, do your melting, but around the front, maybe bring up one of the lighter pieces that you leave for the ends, bring it up way higher in the front, just to frame her hairline. So I'm just going to continue to do the root here. And also, like we talked about, we want to highlight the shape of the haircut, so I'm bringing the yellow up really high up here, so that when we do the UV light, it's going to show that perimeter really well. So Erin and I talked about it, and we're going to have the Cyclamen at the root, but we're going to use a little bit of the Pinkissimo. So we're going to do maybe like an inch or two out with that, and then the rest is going to be the Cautionary. That's what it's called.
As you can see in this diagram, we're starting with the cyclamen at the new growth for about 1 to 1.5 inches. Then that is being moved into the Pinkissimo, which stretches out about another 1.5 inches, moving into fire, then a combination of either the orange or the mixture of canary and caution. As you can see with application, you are applying each color separately, then using your fingers to merge the two colors so that you don't create too far of a blend, which would create a tertiary color. Wow guys, that was really quick.
It was awesome.
So fast.
Yeah, fantastic. I love what it looks like even right now without even being rinsed out.
Yeah.
So how long are we going to let it process for?
About 15-20 minutes.
Okay. Now the one thing I like to do is if I really want intensity and extreme durability, I will put them under a warm dryer. I don't want to heat them up, but I just want to have them warmer than, say, an air-conditioned room, which might be at, say, 73 degrees or so. Okay?
Sounds good.
For sure.
Great. All right, so we'll see you back in just a moment with our final product. All right, everybody, we have our final product, and so happy. It's amazing. So proud of you guys.
That's awesome.
Beautiful color melts, flawless. It looks great. So, any last final remarks?
I'm super happy with it. I'm excited to show everyone in the UV light. It looks so cool. It just showcases the haircut really well, which is just like an added twist to the color placement. So I'm so happy with it. I love it.
I love the whole color scheme, and I think that the yellow pieces right in the front really make the whole thing pop.
Sweet.
Great.
Yeah,
All right, so we're
that's
going to show you some fashion video and photo, and enjoy.